Hi YouTube, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery. You can find me on the web, caltoncutlery.com. So yesterday I shot the video about why on earth would you want to shave with a straight razor. So today we're going to shoot a video right quick on where to get this straight razor at. You know, where do you get the straight razor, the strop, the stone, brushes, the stropping compound, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we got an awful lot of stuff to cover here, and well, actually, I'm getting pretty good at stitching these videos together, so maybe we don't have, well, we got plenty of time. Anyway, so maybe with that last video, I just, I convinced you maybe straight razor shaving is not as dangerous as what you might think it is. Like I said, I've been doing it for a year. I still have my face. You know, parts of my face haven't landed on the floor or anything. I have gotten a couple of little nicks here and there, but nothing that really wasn't healed up mostly the next day. And like I said, my boy, he started shaving when he was 14. He's 15 now, and he's also had a couple little nicks here and there, but you know, nothing that was not mostly healed up by the next day. And certainly nothing that would cause me concern as a parent, thinking, okay, well, I'm teaching my boy to do something that, you know, is gonna, you know, harm him or scar him for life or anything like that. He's really good at it. So anyway, so when you're shopping for a straight razor, you got all kind of options. Okay, if you're wanting to go really super cheap, you got eBay. All right, eBay and straight razors, from what I've seen, because I've bought probably 30-40 of them off eBay, eBay and straight razors, that's for later on down the road. Okay, so once you get to the point where you can take your straight razor, take the edge completely off of it, and then sharpen it back up, and then hone it, and then put it back to shave ready. Once you can do all that, then hey, knock yourself out on eBay. There are a ton of, you know, not so bad deals out there. I know I just sold like 25 straight razors on eBay. Like I said, when I started, I had no idea of all the different grinds, points, sizes, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I just went on eBay and I started buying a whole bunch of them, got them here to the shop, looked them over, honed up about half of them or so, and then shaved with them, just to decide what it was that I really liked. Which I'll tell you about what I like in a straight razor probably on the next video, I would guess. So anyway, so eBay is mostly for when you get everything figured out, you know what you're doing, you can hone your own razor. All right. I don't really suggest you go trying to find your first razor off of eBay, because you know, there is a learning curve on honing. So I would kind of suggest that you pick out your first razor that's honed and ready to go. With eBay and being cheap and everything, the second place you would think of would be Amazon. Amazon, you know, especially if you got the Prime thing, you know, you can, you know, get on there, click it, buy the thing, and it's at your doorstep in 2 days. I bought the little gold dollar. I bought that one off of eBay. You know, not a bad razor at all. I think it was $20 or $30, something like that. Unfortunately, let me double check to make sure that's, yep. Unfortunately, the seller that I bought it from, I didn't realize it, but they were not in the US, so that razor took like, I don't know, 2 weeks or so to get here. And then when it did get here, it was not shave ready by any means. I did have to reset the edge and then hone it up. They call that setting the bevel, I believe. You hear everybody talking about, you got to get the bevel set, which we'll go over that in a honing and sharpening video. But it was by no means shave ready right out of the box. So I'm going to tell you a couple of different places where you can get a shave ready razor. We'll go from, well, no particular order anyway. But since it's my video, I'm going to tell you my website, caltoncutlery.com. There's a link down in the description. I think I've got, maybe 4 of them on there right now. I think they're all in 1095, and they're in a couple of different styles. I like a much larger razor. than the like classic style and everything. So because I've got you know, fairly decent sized hands and they're kind of beat up and they've got a little shake to them. So I like a little bit more razor to hold on to and a little bit more weight to steady my hand out. So you can go to my website, check those out, see if there's one you like. I think they're all on there for a little bit over $200, something like that. You can go to another custom maker's website and check their razors out. The first one that comes to mind is my buddy Victor. He's down in Colorado, and his website is bluesmanblades.com, I believe. Victor is a totally amazing guy, a lot of fun to hang out with, and he makes some really nice looking razors. He likes extreme hollows for the most part, at least those are the ones that I've seen of his. Does a really good job honing. He's also a mentor, so if you find him on like Straight Razor Palace, you know, he'll give you tips and tricks on, you know, how to hone and everything. And I actually, after I made my first razor, after I made my first couple and I'd been shaving with him, I actually sent him one of my razors and said, hey, check this out, shave with it, tell me if I'm even on the right track. And sent it to him. I told him he could keep the razor for his time. I mailed it to him. He got it. About a week or so later, he emails me back, says, hey, I've shaved with it a couple of times. You're doing great. This is a couple of little things to fix up, or, you know, to maybe think about changing a little bit. And then before he mailed it back to me, he put his edge on it and then mailed it back to me so I could test out his edge also, which was really cool, and I owe him a big thanks. So thanks a lot, Victor. So another custom maker is a great place to get a straight razor from, because straight razors differ in knives quite a bit. Okay, so let's say you buy a paring knife from, you know, a brand new maker. Well, if that guy didn't put, you know, the world's greatest edge on it, you know, he just got kind of a so-so edge, that paring knife is still going to do, you know, 80% of all the tasks in the kitchen that you need it to do, and you might not ever even notice the difference. With a straight razor, if that edge isn't right, you will feel it right off the bat. So with a custom razor, any custom razor maker that has a good reputation, and usually any of them that actually shave with a straight, they're not just making them and selling them, and, you know, they don't really care, they're just after the buck. But any true custom straight razor maker, when you get that thing out of the box, more than likely it's going to be ready to go right then. So I highly recommend custom straight razor makers. The next one down is going to be your better straight razor resellers. Okay, so these are guys that pick up straight razors from Dovo or from, you know, I don't even know who else is currently manufacturing razors. They might also resell other custom makers' razors. You know, guys that just like making razors. They don't really like the marketing. They don't like the website upkeep. They don't like all that other kind of stuff. They just want to make the things, send them to somebody else, have that guy to sell them, and then send them, you know, their cut. Or maybe that guy buys them outright and then sells them for whatever he thinks he can. But anyway, so those guys are probably the next best, and maybe even the best. Maybe the best, depends on how you look at it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to look at one of my favorite straight razor resellers. His website, his name's Lynn Abrams. He runs Straight Razor Designs. I think he had a big hand in starting up Straight Razor Palace, which is a very cool website that we're going to take a look at next. So anyway, so we're going to look at Lynn's website. So I'm going to bring you over here, point you towards the screen, and like I said, this is the first time with the GoPro that I've done this. So we're just going to keep trying out new stuff. Alright, so we're going to go up here to Straight Razor Designs, and it's going to autofill for me. Alright, so Straight Razor Designs. See right here on the bottom says, transform your morning shave from a chore to a pleasurable experience. That has been my experience with straight razors. There we go. So anyway, so here on Lynn's website, hope my hand's out of the way, we come over here, we go to products, and we're going to go down to straight razors. And we're going to scroll down a little bit. Bam, there's our first one. Professionally sharpened Dovo Pearl-X 5/8 for $163.48. He's got others, and my fingers aren't really grabbing the mouse thing. He's got a professionally sharpened Dovo Natural 5/8 for $155. The 5/8 and the 6/8, that is 1/8 of an inch in width. So let me pop the screen back up here. We'll grab a hold of this Damascus one. Okay, so most straight razors are an inch, they're about an inch wide. Okay, so this one right here is going to be a 7/8 or so. So that'd be 7/8 of an inch from the top of the spine to the cutting edge. So that would be a 7/8. This crop right here is going to be more like a 6/8, maybe getting close to 7/8. Let's see, my Dovo, I believe that one was a 6/8. So you can get them in, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. I like, some of mine are a full 8/8, which is an inch wide, and then some of the older vintage ones you can get down to 5/8 or 4/8, and the really slim ones maybe even 3/8. But anyway, I like 6/8 and above. So anyway, so that he's got straight razors galore here. Now this is the part where I think these type of guys have got it going on. Okay, so you come up here to products, and you can get straight razors, your strops, your stone, a brush, the stand. I mean, anything that you want to get for your straight razor hobby, it's all here on one website. And I've ordered several things. My strop came from Lynn. I've got a straight razor from Lynn. No, I've got 2 or 3 strops from him. The chromium oxide that you use to refresh your razor on your strop, that's on here. He's got as many soaps. I mean, it'd take you a lifetime to get through all the different soaps and creams he's got. So if you want to do like a one-stop shop, straight razor designs would be my first choice. I've also bought some stuff from Maggard's. I think their website's just actually maggards.com, or look it up in your browser. So MAGGARDS, and then straight razors, and I'm sure you'll find it. And there's other guys out there. It's just that Straight Razor Designs and Maggard's are the 2 places that I've ordered from the most. Maggard's has got some really nice knots that you use to make straight razor brushes with. Probably the best value I've found, so I've ordered quite a few of those. So anyway, so this is Lynn Abrams. When you get a razor from him, like I said, I got this Dovo from him. It's a nice basic razor, new production. He honed it before he sent it to me, and so as soon as it came out of the box, boy, it was just ready, rip-raring and ready to go. So I didn't have to worry about that. Which, when you're starting off, the more simple you can make it, the more better. Now, the next place that we're going to look at is called Straight Razor Palace. Like I said, I think Lynn had a hand in starting all this. Straight Razor Palace is an amazing website and a truly incredible group of guys. I'm sure there's probably other straight razor forums out there, but this is the one that I've spent the most time on. I'm a member here. I don't post a whole lot, but I do get in here and post, when I think about it. But what I want to show you is if you're counting dollars when you're getting started with this, so you come to straightrazorpalace.com, then come over here to the forum, click on the forum, and then you know, it's going to have beginners, pre-shave preparation. You know, I mean, you come in here and you can just learn a ton about shaving with a straight razor. Now, they've got guys that like straights, guys that like the little shavettes, little things right here, which I'll show you next, which takes a disposable blade. Shavettes, double edge, safety razors. You know, you can get tips on stropping. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff here. But right down here where it says buy, sell, and trade, you're going to go to razors and blades. Now this right here, I think, is something that not a whole lot of folks know about, but is an excellent place to go to. Okay, so this is where members of this site can post straight razors for sale. And they run the gamut in here. You've got custom makers selling razors in here. You've got custom restorers that, you know, will buy razors off of eBay, clean them up, polish them, put new scales on, hone them, you know, maybe even a fancy case. You know, they'll, you know, restorers will sell their razors here, as well as, you know, guys that you know, inherited grandpa's, you know, 3 straight razors and need, you know, want to sell them. And you've probably also got buyers and resellers in here. But so anyway, so we're going to look for a fairly cheap one, you know, just to get started. Well, actually, no, we'll just start off to the top one. So we got a Lagrello Odina 6/8 straight razor, shave ready. Now, shave ready, okay, that term right there is thrown around a ton on eBay. Okay, so when I think shave ready, because like I said, I make razors and I sell them, my straight razors are shave ready. All right, I make a straight razor, I hone it up, and before that thing ever goes on my website or ever goes out the door, after I get done honing it, it goes on my personal razor rack. Okay, and then I will shave with that thing 3 times to make sure that it's got a good edge on it and that everything's working the way it's supposed to, that the pivot is good, that, you know, the blade center or closes centered, that it shaves well and smooth, at least for my beard and you know, my face. And then once it's finished the 3rd shave and I'm pretty happy with it, then I'll go ahead and disinfect it in Barbasol. It's well, it's Barbasol. It's kind of the industry standard for disinfecting straight razors. The person that cuts your hair will typically also disinfect their scissors in Barbasol. Anyway, so disinfect it, clean it up, and then post it on the website. So all of my straight razors are truly shave ready. Now, the term shave ready gets thrown around a lot on eBay because you can take a straight razor and sell it for $20 on eBay. You take that same straight razor and you, in the description, you say shave ready, that straight razor might sell for another $20 more, just because the buyer thinks it's ready to go because it says shave ready. And so an awful lot of not so honest guys have thrown that term around so much that you really have to look at who's saying shave ready to know if it's going to be shave ready or not. So anyway, so the guys here on Straight Razor Palace, you know, they've well, you know, it's like anything else. You sell something that's shave ready and you sell it 6 times, and 5 of those guys come back and say, hey, this thing wasn't even close, you know, the bevel wasn't even set. Then those guys are going to get a bad reputation, and the rest of the members are just going to ignore them until they go away, and then they won't be there no more. So anyway, so we're going to look at this one. So we got Lagrello Odina 6/8 straight razor, shave ready. Here on this website, if somebody says shave ready, I would tend to believe that they consider that edge straight or shave ready to their standards of shaving. Okay, so, you know, their beard, their face how heavy or light-handed they are. If they say shave ready on this website, I would tend to believe that. It might not be your favorite edge, but it's an edge that has been or is ready to shave. So anyway, so he goes through and he says it's a 6/8. Says it looks like original scales, tang stamp. He says he honed it on the Shapton ceramic pro stones, 1K, 2K, 5K, 8K, and 12K. And his price is $58, which includes standard international postage. Okay, so that's really a nice, it's a round point. It does have an edge stabilizer on it. It's a 3-pin, which those are kind of cool. You know, looks like a half hollow or so. You know, that's a really nice razor for $58, and it's shave ready also. So if you're trying to get into it as cheap as you can, you know, that might be a good one. I think I was looking on here earlier and I saw one that the guy who was selling it, oh, here's another one, $35, including shipping, a 9/16 Ginkgo wedge. I've seen them as low as, now that one's sold already, but I've seen razors on Straight Razor Palace that were shave ready, ready to go for as little as $20. So really, if you're looking, I mean, if you're thinking about buying like a gold dollar or something, you know, that hasn't been honed by somebody that knows what they're doing, you know, come here and try this place. I know something like my crop here, which, like, you know, you guys have heard it several times. I mean, this is one of my favorite vintage razors. You know, I would expect to pick one of these up for $30-40 here on Straight Razor Palace. So it's a great place to go to that I don't think a whole lot of folks know about. So the last and probably the cheapest option that I can think about anyway, and I just thought about this morning, you know, because I thought about how to make this video all evening, all yesterday evening and night, is these little jobbers right here. That is what we call a shavette. Okay, so the thing about a shavette is that it looks like a straight razor. It opens and closes, and you use it in the same manner. You still get to control the angle that you're shaving at. You know, whether you want to go here, 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 which is very important, which is why straight razors work so well. You still get to control the angle, but you don't have to hone it and you don't have to strop it. What you do on this one is it's got a doohickey right there, so you pull this little thing out, and then I've only used this thing a couple of times, so bear with me. And then slip a fingernail in the top. We'll go this way. These two halves separate. The blade is we'll get a fingernail up in here. Aha. The blade pops out, and then you grab a new one. This one came with how many's in here? 100 single-edged razor blades, and all they are is a double-edged razor blade that's been snapped in half. So they come in, you know, wax paper. Peel this back. Bam, there's your new blade. Take that blade out. It's got, clean it on your jeans first. It's got these little pins right here. Let's see if I turn it around. There we go. So the little notches in the blade line up with those pins. Okay, then the two halves of the blade close together. You lift up on this one, and then slide it over, and then you'll hear it click when it falls into place. So now that blade's sticking out, and then this just keeps both halves together, and then you are ready to go. So there's no stropping, there's no honing. You know, when the blade gets dull, you throw it away and grab another one. So this right here might be, and like I said, I think I've only shaved with this once or twice. Part of the appeal for me with the straight razors is that, you know, I make them and I'm interested in the honing, the stropping, different steels, different geometries, different grinds, you know, all that sort of stuff. So, but if you're just looking to see if, hey, is this something I'm interested in? I want to say I picked this one up on Amazon for, God, like $15, something like that. And it came with the, you know, the razor itself, this pack of 100 Derby professional blades, which they did okay, and shipping included. Of course, that was about a year ago, and I might not be remembering it right. So if you're interested in something like that, take a look at it on Amazon. But for me, this would just be kind of a way to get started, because while it is kind of like a straight razor, it's not really like a straight razor. You know, I mean, it's kind of like driving a, well, I won't say a Volkswagen Bug because my boy would kill me because he loves his, but it'd be kind of like driving a, you know, I don't know, a Ford Focus, or, you know, a very inexpensive car versus, you know, an old muscle car or something like that. I mean, it is a car, but it's not a classic car. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of where it's at for me with straight razors. Excuse me. So, just to recap, if you're looking to buy a straight razor, go with a custom maker. That would be my first, I mean, if you can afford it, that would be my first suggestion. You know it's going to be shave ready right out of the box. It's going to be classy looking, you know, or whatever it is you want it to look like. So go with a custom maker first. If you don't want to go the custom route, or if you just want one-stop shopping, go to a place like Straight Razor Designs. Have Lynn hook you up there. You can get the razor, the strop, the stone, the chromium oxide, soap, bowl, brush, the whole thing, all, you know, in 15 minutes if that's what you want it to do. And his shipping is lightning fast too. You hit that Go Baby Go button on his shopping cart, and you'll have it. Every time I've ordered from Lynn, I've had it in like 2 or 3 business days. I mean, he is extremely fast on the shipping. If you don't want to go through that, if you're watching the dollars to get started, Straight Razor Palace, the for sale section of the forums, that would be probably my highest recommendation if you're looking to go on a budget, or if you want to pick up a really nice razor. I mean, they've got some vintage and restored and custom razors. They go as high as what you want to spend. I mean, I've seen them on there for $400, $500, $800. You know, so you've got everything from inexpensive razors, maybe even I think I bought a lot of like 10 razors on there that needed work for a reasonable price, all the way up to factory new old stock, which is vintage razors that have never been used. Somebody bought them, stuck them in a drawer, and some of them come with the original box and paperwork. So Straight Razor Palace, the for sale section on the forums, is a great place. After that would be something like, you know, one of these shavettes, you know, with the disposable blades, just to see if you like it. And you could take something like this and lather up with, you know, just regular old Gillette foamy, you know, canned shaving cream if you wanted to. You know, whatever you normally shave with. I mean, there's no reason you can't just, you know, rub it together, put it on your face, and then shave with one of these. The brush works better, and it's kind of part of the hobby and everything, but there's nothing that says that you can't pick up one of these for 15 or 20 bucks and then give it a shot. And then once you get the hang of everything, and you know how to hone, you know how to strop, you know how to, maybe tighten up a loose pivot pin or anything like that, then go to eBay, and then knock yourself out buying old razors to add to your collection. So I think those are and then don't forget, you can also pick one up from me, caltoncutlery.com on my website. Or if you want me to make you a special one, now I only work in the steels that I work in, so you only have a choice of, the steels that I already work. But if you want a 8/8 with a spike point and a long monkey tail, and you want the scales to be made out of stabilized cottonwood with a matching brush, that's what custom makers do. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you take a look at some of these places to get your straight razor, and I hope you decide to pick up a straight razor or a shavette, and you give it a try. It works out well for you, and if it doesn't, well, then you can say, hey, I tried it out and it worked, or it didn't. So again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you shave with a straight razor, tell me what kind you shave with, or if you're having problems getting started with straight razor shaving, leave a comment down there. I'm going to be doing this whole long series. Probably take me a month to get through it all. And if you got questions, I can incorporate them into the next video. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.